mean, this country's doomed, really.
Kids can drink clean water.
Oh, like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, no, I get my water from Dasani and other corporations like Pepsi.
Fucking liberal.
Republicans think that you shouldn't have access to free, clean drinking water. Instead, you should have to pay for it. So the EPA was actually created by a Republican, Richard Nixon, in 1970, okay? In most of American history, environmental protections, that had bipartisan support. That was not divisive. But we live in a world where everything is now political, including just like the basic human right to clean water, right? Didn't know that was going to be controversial. The Environmental Protection Agency, they actually manage the Clean Water Act, right? And the Clean Water Act is the law that determines what can and can't be in your water and in what amounts, right? The Clean Water Act was passed by Congress also in the 70s. They also passed the National Environmental Policy Act, the Clean Air Act, and the Endangered Species Act. Bipartisan support. Republican President George H.W. Bush advocated for and signed the 1990 Clean Air Act amendments, which was the most expansive environmental regulatory legislation in our nation's history. However, Trump and many Republicans now say that they just want to eliminate the EPA entirely.
We are going to end the EPA intrusion into your lives. Regulations, by the way, will be cut down to a fraction of what they are now.
Matt Gaetz, like the pedophile Republican from Florida, he actually introduced a bill to completely eliminate the EPA, and they have recently slashed funding, right? Republicans are the one that want to force you to have unclean, polluted waters, so that you'll be forced to drink from bottled water. So there was a recent report that actually ranked which states have the most polluted US waterways. And guess what? Shocking, not shocking. The top 10 were all Republicans. Those states passed legislation to undermine the Clean Water Act and to allow industrial polluters to, pollute more, right? Which, by the way, if there's pollution in your waterways, whether it's a stream or a river, that's ending up in your water. That's just how water works. And literally in those states, shocking, not shocking, people also don't live as long. Research has been done, and it's literally because of state policies. Okay? They found that the divide in life expectancy between red and blue states is because Democratic states have more liberal policies on the environment and pollution. Republicans continue to vote to pollute more and to not protect people's health. And that was literally the first thing that Trump did when he took office, was to repeal a bill that stopped industrial polluters in your local rivers. Republican-led House voted to overturn the Biden administration's protections for thousands of small streams, wetlands, and other waterways. People don't realize if your river catches on fire, right? Like the Cuyahoga River in Ohio used to for many, many years, that's getting into your water because of the way that science works. Because clean water is socialism, right? It's socialism. We shouldn't have free, clean water. Republicans' entire platform is that we shouldn't have any free public good, right? Instead, everything should be owned by big private business, and you should have to pay for everything. The EPA under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden has done more to clean up our water than any other administration in history, expanding access to clean drinking water and wastewater by investing more than $50 billion from President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law, which is the largest investment in clean water in American history. Literally made it their mission to remove all lead service lines to schools and residential neighborhoods in the entire country. They've actually started regulating PFAS, the toxic forever chemical. The Biden-Harris administration has invested more than $1 billion to clean up the Great Lakes in the Midwest, as well as ensuring that every person has access to clean drinking water, right? Not just the people that vote Democratic. Ultimately, if you want clean drinking water and for your river to not catch on fire, then Kamala Harris is your gal.